What's up? Welcome back. I'm John Stark, MovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic. I'm still considering things. Still the consideration period. I don't know when I'm going to get all these videos out to you, but I've considered everything that I could possibly consider. This is Exhibiting Forgiveness. This was released at Sundance, and it stars Andre Holland, Aunjanue Ellis-Taylor, Andra Day, and John Earl Jaley, John Jans, I don't know, something. I was I I was like, oh my god, is this James Earl Jones's son? And I was like, no, his last name's not Jones. Never mind. Uh, I heard somebody say his name. I was like, wait, what? No, it's not. It's not. It's anyway. Um, I'd be so cool if it was. Such a great actor. I'd love to know that like talent passed on from generation to generation. But which is actually what this whole movie's about, is about like generational stuff. And this has been kicking around sort of on the very outer edges of award season. The last thing I saw it get picked up for was African American Film Critics Society named it Best Original Song. It gave Andra Day has original song in this movie, and they named this the Best Original Song from a film. So I thought that was nice. Obviously, we have two Oscar nominees in the cast. Hopefully, maybe later three. I definitely think Andre Holland chooses the kind of work that should lead him to an Oscar nomination at some point. He chooses his projects very wisely, and I always kind of wonder if it'll happen for him. But he almost seems to like fly under the radar too much. If you look at some reviews that come out of Sundance, they're like very complimentary of him. But then, like, when we got into award season, it's like no one remembered him. We all acted like there was never like an alternative. We're like, ooh, who's gonna fill the fifth spot? Oh my God. Well, I don't know who could it be. you know, and I've never really heard anybody make the case for Andre Holland, but yet, like, I've seen some of the same people who, in their original reviews, were like, "Oh my God, Andre Holland," and it's like, did you forget that he was in a movie? Because maybe. Anyway, I no accessibility, no audio description, and this movie doesn't have a profound amount of dialogue in it, so it was a little hard to follow. There are plenty of times where we're just sort of sitting back and watching something, and I'm like, I don't know what we're watching. But there are also these really, it's almost like little breaks, and then we have these great moments. Like there's a moment that Andre Holland has with his father, who is the John Earl Jenks character. Um, and it's like 10 minutes, and it's great. It's an excellent scene, and it's all about this, like, Andre's this artist, and he is very traumatized by the fact that his father sort of was never there, was never around. He had kind of had a shitty dad. His dad is currently like homeless and a drug addict, and it's kind of just his whole thing. And meanwhile, his dad, when he finally does reconnect with his dad because his mom brings him back around, he doesn't really seem to own any of that, which makes it sort of like really compelling. It just like excuses and has sort of like a very different vision for how, like, being a good father and stuff. And it's not really quite the apology tour that you think it should be, or that Andre needs in this movie. Andra Day plays Andre Holland's wife in this. She's not given nearly as much to do. And honestly, Aunjanue has like maybe a few minutes, but she's back to, unless she's just doing like all of the silent stuff in between. Like I should say, for both Aunjanue and Andra, this could be, there are plenty of scenes that I'm watching that are just silent, or like moments. They could be doing plenty of things, just emoting, you know. I don't know. There's no audio description, so yeah, they could be doing that. I fully acknowledge that. So maybe they do have more screen time, but it does kind of feel like this movie is tilted towards Andre Holland, but also John Earl is really the one who's giving you this very, very sort of like oddly complex unlikable character, or like will we find redemption? This whole thing is about forgiveness and how you reach it and why you need it, and moving past things and getting over past traumas and all that kind of stuff. So it works its way out. It's a little slow, but also I didn't have audio description, so it's going to feel slow when I have to sit through scenes that don't have dialogue. um, so it felt a little bit longer than I would have liked, but again, there was no audio description, so that's an effect that hits me with a lot of films that just don't have a lot of dialogue and also don't have audio description. Is I'm like, oh my god, I'm still here. So, yeah, I don't know that there was anything here necessarily that struck me as being, oh my god, we have to nominate it. But at the same time, I think it's kind of a shame, because I think he's just chalking up more solid performances so that people keep gaining respect for him. Almost like how long it took Sam Rockwell to get a nomination. It took him forever to get an Oscar nomination, even though you can look at roles in his career, you're like, damn, that was great. You're like, why did it take him so damn long to get nominated? So, yeah, this is something you should check out, maybe if you can find it with audio description. But for right now, my grade is unwatchable due to lack of audio description. Floating grade, it's really tough because, like I said, it feels long. I don't want to. I like watching actors act, but I need them supported by accessibility. So I don't think that I would be terribly bored by this movie if I had the audio description to support those moments. So I'd optimistically say a floating grade, maybe like a B minus, but it could go to a C plus. I don't think it's gonna go higher than a B. Could even go down to a C though. I mean, because I don't know what's happening in those moments. You know, if he's making a lot of weird choices, it says I believe this is a first time filmmaker. So there's always that risk that we're not quite there. But as far as the emotional weight, it's got some stuff going on there. So if you can see, maybe check out Exhibiting Forgiveness. If you're blind, pray for it to have audio description at some point. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the other side.